Zach Life. Beat depression is day 600 of progress and success, and we're back to do what we do best, knock out depression with another somatic healing session. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Now, anyone who's tuning in later, happy to have you here. As you guys and girls know, we start every single show with that powerful mental health tool of gratitude. My gratitude going out to you guys. Muay Thai, thank you for being here. Be Almighty, Mad with Hats, thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you so much for the encouragement and the positive support system that you are. Instagram has been an amazing tool for my progress and success out here with my mental health in mind. And I know for a lot of people that is not the case. For a lot of people that's the opposite case. There's talk of toxicity, of Instagram mental health breaks, taking time off, right, from the gram, time off from social media so that you can take care of your mental health. But for me, it's been the opposite. You guys have been supporting me socially and by being here, by showing up for yourselves and showing up as well for us in this bigger picture. You guys have been amazing, an amazing benefit to me. And because I've been catering my Instagram page with mental health in mind, I've been blocking accounts that are bad for my mental health, blocking accounts that bring in negativity, and just following accounts that build me up and help me move forwards in life and maintain a healthy state of mind, right? We don't want to avoid negativity. It's not about that. It's not about deluding ourselves or pretending that things don't go wrong. Things go wrong all the time, and they're always going to go wrong. It's part of life. It's here to teach us lessons. But what we can do is choose what we focus on. Choose our environment. Change. You can't change people, but you can change the people you're around, the people that you associate with. You can't change this physical environment just by sheer imagination, but you can change your physical location. You can move yourself to a space where you're safe, where you're away from a toxic environment. You're out in fresh air, you're picking up sun rays, getting that vitamin D, giving yourself as many tools that work as possible to help benefit your mental health. And that is why you guys are a huge part of that mental health benefit to me, that social support system that's so upbuilding and so uplifting. And I want to thank you all for being a part of that. I was just on the Big O live stream, and I was just letting those guys know that some people think I'm out here to sacrifice, right? Some people think I'm out here like trying to be a savior or a hero. I'm not. I'm not here sacrificing. It is investment in my future, and it is to my benefit to have a social support system like this, to be able to connect with you guys and build each other up. This is mutually beneficial for all of us. So please know that about me. I'm not here trying to save anyone's life. I'm trying to give you guys tools that you can use, that you put in the work, and you use to your benefit to save your own life. That's what you have the power to do. And I only have the power to save my life. And that's what I'm going to do every single day. And that's what I've been doing for 600 days. And Lisa, where you at? Lisa just hit day 300 of consecutive progress and success for herself. 300 days of progress out there, fighting forwards no matter what has happened in her life. And I'm sure, Lisa, that in the last 300 days, you have gone through struggles. I am sure you have had bad news happen in the last 300 days. I'm sure you've had to deal with a lot of, right? But the thing is, even though stuff goes wrong, even though you've got this daily life to deal with, like we all do, we all have our own struggles, you still showed up for yourself. You still put in the work, you still made that progress, and I'm always happy to hear about the benefits that you have found in your life, how it's improved your mental health or physical health, maybe confidence level, maybe self-validation, because those are things that it did for me. And to have that shared experience is like confirmation or validation that what we're doing together matters, what we're doing is important, what we're doing works. So it's more fuel for my fire. I just want you to know that if I've inspired you, you have also inspired me. So thank you, Lisa, for being here. Talk about inspiration. We got Claire. Hiya, Claire. Braces can be scary, Claire. Thank you so much for being here. She's 5 years old. She's battling through chemo. She's fighting forwards every day. She's putting in work, showing up for herself, tapping into mental health tools, kicking depression's booty, right? Kicking anxiety and stress's booty out there. Give it up for Claire. She's an inspiration as well, as she should be. We can all do something for each other, right? And do something for ourselves at the same time when we make it about that bigger picture. So thank you all for being part of that bigger picture. Carmen, my Aunt Carmen, love you, Carmen. Thank you for being here as well. Let me get those shout outs in. Mad with Hats, Oi Taya, Be Almighty, Lisa the Luminary, Simon Amaze, and Carmen and Braces Can Be Scary. Thank you so much, everybody, for being a part of this. As I said, 600 days of progress and success. Amazingly beneficial because of you. Even more beneficial than it would have been alone. This number, again, is proof. I want you guys to keep track of your number, just like Lisa's keeping track of her number. And Claire, I hope you're keeping track of the number of days that you train too, because each day is going to make you stronger. The more we train, the stronger we become, and we never lose progress when we make that number about mental health first, right? It's not a physical training routine. If you were to take a month off from the gym, you would lose a whole lot of progress, right? You might gain some weight. You're definitely losing some muscle. You're definitely losing some progress there. But when we make it a mental health goal, we never lose progress. Our number only goes up. If we miss a day, this number doesn't go down. Now, I've been consecutive for 600 days, but before that 600 days, I wasn't doing this every day. I was doing it like a day here, a day there, kind of scattered, right? I was showing up when I could, when I felt like it, and it was still beneficial. But I wasn't keeping track of my number, and I wasn't being consistent and dedicated. So it took me about a month before I decided for myself, hey, I want to do this every single day, because every time I do it, I feel better. So if something is making you feel better, why would you ever stop doing it, right? We just have to watch that we don't do it to an extreme. So I set out to make a daily accomplishable goal for myself, and that would be my baseline for progress and success. And that's what this number is. It's your baseline for progress and success. Keeping track of it, it only builds stronger, only builds into more self-validation, self-confidence, self-esteem, and more proof that you're stronger than depression or anxiety. So I've got 600 days of proof that I can kick depression's booty, and nothing is going to stop me from making progress out here. And I can look forward to the next 600 days of doing the same thing. And Lisa can look forward to at least 300. And Ken, at 208 days of consecutive progress and success, Ken can look forward to another 208, right? There's no reason not to, because you've got the proof right there that you can do it, that you can get up, even if your brain's telling you can't. You can get up and fight through those lies and make progress no matter what, right in the face of opposition. So, yes, 600 days, 600 is a big. Yes, it is a very big number, and it's good. It's important to give yourself credit for your numbers as well as they grow, just like Ken and Lisa are doing. And Ken shouted out, congrats, thank you so much. I appreciate that support, Ken. Congrats on your progress as well. We are all becoming mental health warriors out here, getting stronger every day, wiping depression off the face of the planet. It'll happen. It might not happen in my lifetime, but it's going to happen, because we take a step closer to that goal every single day that we show up for ourselves and others. So let's keep doing it. Let's keep making progress. Let's get into the lesson today. As I mentioned, you guys are all part of my gratitude today, and we'll leave it there. I don't have to list everything to be grateful for, though there are millions of things to be grateful for. Fresh air, sunlight, all of this, everything. There's so much to be grateful for. So go ahead and think about one thing or two things that you're grateful for. That'll help put you in that positive mindset as we move into today's lesson. As you know, that's one of the mental health tools. It's gratitude. So think about something you're grateful for. It'll help put you in that positive mindset as we move into the lesson. And today's lesson, we'll keep it fairly simple. We're going to hit them with a couple jabs and crosses. We're going to do some level changes, right? Highs and lows. And we'll switch through stance too. A little bit of stance switching. We'll work from Muay Thai position. Just jabs and crosses today. We'll keep it nice and easy. I, again, forgot water. So I'm going to have to lower my intensity a little bit so I don't dehydrate out here. Hydration is super important. Please make sure you're drinking water. Please make sure you're breathing in the nose, out the mouth, and you're pushing to your level, showing up to challenge you to your level. We're not here to compete with each other. We're here to compete with ourselves, and that way we can see that growth every single day. It's our standard round. 3 rounds each, 3 minutes each. 1 minute breaks in between to catch your breath, and drink some water if you've got it. Not me, I forgot it. But that's all right. I can still show up to my level and moderate, right? I'm going to put that into the equation. I'm going to put into the equation that the sun is cooking me right now, and feels like 1,000,000,000 degrees. I'm going to put into the equation that I don't have enough water. So I'm not going to push too hard, because I don't want this to become work. That's the goal. You should never feel like work. It's work. It will feel hard. It will feel like a struggle, like a challenge, but it shouldn't feel like a burden, ever. It should never feel like a burden. I look forward to this every single day. It's 10 minutes at least that I'm going to improve my life no matter what situation I'm in. Currently broken down in the parking lot in the desert. Doesn't matter. I'm going to make my life better for at least 10 minutes starting right now. So let's get into it just a little bit. I've got our daily training timer set up, 3 rounds, 3 minutes each, 1 minute breaks in between. We not hit peoples, we hit air. That is correct, Claire. We do not hit people. We're not advocating punching people out here. We're advocating knocking out depression. We're advocating fighting for ourselves, fighting a mental health battle. We're fighting in here, not in the ring, not in the cage, not out here on the planet. Though it's good to be prepared for bad situations, to prepare yourself with tools. We're not advocating violence. We're not advocating fighting with each other. We're advocating getting stronger, fighting forwards in life, fighting through those struggles, fighting through those trials, and building ourselves up mentally. Now, the caveat to that is, if this is your passion and you want to take it into the sport, right? If you want to get into the competitive sport, I am not saying anything negative about that other than be aware of the risks. This class is built to eliminate those risks and focus in on just the mental health benefits of training, because there's a million benefits to be had. But when you go into competition and that competition element gets involved, then you have some cautions to worry about. You've got to worry about concussive force to the head, which can cause brain damage, which is not good for mental health. So we don't want to get hit in the head if our goal is specifically to improve our mental health. There are other elements of extreme competition that are bad too, overworking, overstressing the body, but these are assumed risks, and as adults, you have every right to assume any risk you'd like. We are all assuming risks. When we walk out of the house in the morning, we could get hit by a car, right? Fingers crossed that does not happen, but anything could happen at any given moment. It's our job to assess the risk and make logical, educated decisions, and that's all I want for you guys. Just make an educated decision. If your passion's in the game, if your passion's for the competition, do it, because it's beautiful when people live by their passion, when they explore and pursue their passion in life. So 100% go for it. Just be well aware of the dangers and the benefits to whatever decision you are making. And Ken said, when roses blossom, thank you for being here. Ken said, as before, if you want to take out your frustration, hit the gym or a shadow box at home and do some meditative exercise. Exactly, Ken. That's what it is. It's about finding healthy outlets for anger and frustration, healthy outlets for stress, anxiety, and depression. And the bag is one of those healthy outlets. You can get it out every day. You can go as hard as you want every day, never go to jail. Nobody calls the cops, nobody gets in trouble. And if you do it with proper technique, you don't get injured. No, it's just uphill growth and struggle, challenges every day. Builds that champion mindset. The challenges facilitate growth because we get to challenge ourselves and grow every single day. That being said, let's get into it. Let's get it started. We're going to have the 80s fighting spirit from our sweet retro synth boombox with our official music coming out of there. I'm still working on some more tracks for you guys for the active recovery days and get some variety in here for the daily program. It is a tough job, and much respect going out to all my music production friends. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of it takes a lot of mental energy. It is a very big outpouring of energy, creative passion. And it's a big job. So much respect and gratitude to you guys putting music out there, pursuing your passion in music, and sharing that with the world, because I know it's a drain. I've experienced it firsthand. But if you're doing what you love, it doesn't have to be a drain as long as we keep it in moderation. So let's get those things going. Let's get that boombox up and running and get our track on for progress and success. And then we're going to talk about, where is it? Boom, boom, boom. There it is. Bam. We're going to talk about the form and the striking patterns for today. We'll be working with We're going to be working with Muay Thai stance, modern balanced Muay Thai stance, a nice square stance. If you're not familiar with it, stance guides available on saclifeofficial.com. And Ken said also, don't act defensively. No matter what the situation is, you must act defensively. Yeah, it's about preparing ourselves, being prepared, Ken. Absolutely. We want to avoid that situation altogether if we can. Be aware of your surroundings. Don't pursue. Don't be the aggressor. But we know we want to be prepared to finish it, right? We're not here to start. We're here to finish it. We're here to put an end to depression, anxiety, or a dummy who's trying to mess us up or something, or hurt somebody that we love. Protection is a pretty valid excuse. A pretty valid reason. Kennedy, thank you for joining as well. Appreciate that support. Let's get into the lesson. Let's get into our form and our striking patterns. As I said before, we're going to be sticking with semi-basics. We're going to do some level changes and some stance changes as well. going through orthodox and southpaw position. I'm working on those variable heights. And something to keep in mind when we're doing level changes, I don't want you guys to reach down. I want you guys to bend down. Bend at the knees. We're still going to use those same mechanics, rotating through those punches from our stance, but we're just going to lower our attack zone, right? We're just going to lower down on the knees and change that zone where we're striking, visualize hitting different parts of that depression dummy's body. So today we're working from Muay Thai stance. If you're not familiar with it, visualize a square on the ground. Your dominant hand will be your rear foot. That stays where it is. Picture that in the back corner of the square, and then step your front foot out into the front corner of the square. Bend in the knees so that the weight goes onto the balls of the feet. We're going to keep our head dead centered, body weight dead centered in that stance. It's a nice balanced stance. Bring that guard up high by the brow line. Close the fingers, tuck the thumbs. Dominant hands in the back with that dominant foot. And we're going to shift our weight here, keeping the knees bent, keeping the feet angled forwards. We're shifting our weight onto the balls of the feet. And we're also shifting our weight from the front foot to the back foot. So just shout out to Dylan out here. We're shifting our weight from the front foot to the back foot and back again. Finding a flow, finding a cadence and a balance there. Right? And we're going to keep that guard up high by the brow line. From here, we're going to step into our techniques. We're going to step into the first jab, turning through the shoulders, twisting through those shoulders, turning that fist over, landing square in the face of that depression dummy. Claire, if you want to say hiya, that's fine. Everybody else, if you want to just use that breath work tool, powerful breath into that punch. That engages the core and helps translate the energy up through the body, into the fist, down that arm, and into the face of that depression dummy. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, pushing from the core, from the belly, that nice powerful breath. Right there. Jab and back. Cross is going to come from the back here. We're going to rotate on the rear foot. Boom, driving that fist straight forward. We're keeping everything centered still. Right, send it straight forward, guard high on the opposite side, rotate back, jab, cross, back to stance, jab, cross, back to stance. When we do our level changes, we're just going to sink on the knees a little bit. We're still rotating the same way, rotating through the hips and the balls of the feet. We're just sinking on those knees, and we're going for a lower and higher stance. So that's it. We're going to be varying those attacks, high and low range, jab and cross only in different variable combinations, and we'll be doing some stance changes if you're advanced. If you're already comfy with the orthodox stance here, you can switch up to southpaw. Everything's going to be mirrored, like a mirror image. So just pop, boom, swap everything around. Dominant hands now in front. The footwork has changed, but we're still balanced. We're still squared. We're still visualizing that target, just like the mirror image of ourselves. So that's it. That's going to be the whole thing. And as I said, push to your level, moderate to your intensity level. The things you can control here for your routine is punch volume, punch power, right? The energy you put into that punch, and punch speed. So how fast you're throwing those hands out, right? Speed, power, rotating through the body, or volume, the number of punches, right? I might throw 1, 2, you can throw 4, right? You can throw however many or however little you want based on you and your current situation. I'm in the sun, dehydrated. I'm not going to go super full on. My best today doesn't have anything to do with yesterday's numbers. Those numbers do not matter. As long as you challenge yourself moving forwards, that's progress, that is success, and consecutive success builds into even more and more success and progress. So let's do it. Let's get together. Let's punch together and knock that depression dummy clear out of our day. Visualize that target and assign it that word, depression dummy or anxiety dummy. It's one of those mental health tools that's pretty powerful at getting you to recognize that truth about what you are doing, fighting those things off, battling through. So let's do it together. Here we go. Pop into stance. Square up with your depression dummy. Yeah, buddy. Those official tunes going. Here we are. Square it up. Visualize it. We're going to step in for that number 1 jab. Claire said, hiya. Good stuff, Claire. Let's step in for that number 1 jab. We're in our cadence. We're going to step forward, small step on the front foot, turning through the shoulders and hips, rotating on the ball of that front foot. Turn that fist over and land on those top 2 knuckles. Right there, right in the face of that dummy. Hey, we're going to step in, twist through for that one, and then twist right on back to that squared position. Get that cadence going, shifting the weight from the front foot to the back foot. Keep it nice and balanced and squared. Tuck the chin, curl the shoulders, curl the hips. Guard high, tuck that thumb under the fist. And let's rotate through some jabs at our own pace and flow. Let's go. can punch to the rhythm of that beat. This beat was designed specifically to allow you to sync up with it. Boom, no matter how much volume or speed you're putting into it. Right, you can speed it up, you can slow it down. Turning through that body, turning through those shoulders and hips. Go ahead and turn in, step in, small step forward, boom, boom. Turn that fist over and land on those large two knuckles. Visualize and making contact with that depression dummy's face. We're gonna add in the cross. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Jab, cross, and back, and back. Small step in for the 1, rotate on the rear foot for the 2, and back to stance. Keep the guard high. Drive it down that center line and keep it moving. Let's go, let's fight for us. Rotate, exaggerate those punches, exaggerate that shoulder movement, and send those fists right down that center line, landing those large two knuckles. Tense in the fist at the last second. That's the only time we need to clench that fist. The rest of the time, we'll be wasting energy. Just keep them in a nice loose form here, and reach into those punches. Let's go. 1, 2, right down the center. At your intensity, at your pace, at your flow. Exhale out that mouth, inhale through the nose. Let's go. Keep moving. Remember to fight for you. Who's making progress? You are. Who's putting in the work? You are. Let's go. Sink on those knees. That will aid in the rotation and step in. Follow that pace and cadence. Let's go. Pace and cadence. Little mix up there. Let's go. Work for you. Step in for the 1. Pop. Rotate through for the 2, keeping that guard high. And back to stance. Drill those fundamentals. Hit that depression dummy. Right in the face. Remind yourself you deserve what you give. And give it 100%. Let's go. And that's the end of round 1. Drink some water. Catch your breath. Check in on you. Make sure you're doing all right. Make sure you're not pushing too hard. We want to avoid overreaching. Some of the signs are nauseousness, lightheadedness, seeing spots, feeling dizzy. Those are things indicate overreaching. We want to dial back that intensity and volume. Giovanni and Apple, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. It was good to meet you at the car show the other night. Super dope. Appreciate that support. So we've got 32 seconds. We're going to pop into our next session. We'll be back in Muay Thai stance again, but this time we're going to add in some level changes. And in the last round, we'll add in some stance changes as well, popping over to southpaw position. But in the meantime, if you're not prepared with the stance, we've got 18 seconds. We'll go over it quick. Picture a square on the ground. Dominant hand and foot are in the back. We're going to step forwards, putting the ball of the front foot in the top corner, ball of the back foot in the bottom corner. Bend the knees, square those hips and shoulders with your visualized target. Guard up high by the brow line. Close the fingers, tuck the thumbs, and shift that weight from the front foot to the back foot. Stay in cadence. Now we're going to step in for the 1. We're going to rewind a little bit and sink on the knees and rotate through for another jab to the solar plexus, dead center of that chest of that depression dummy. Rotate back to guard and back into it. Let's do it. High, bop, rewind back, boom, low. Rotate through, double jab here. 1 high, pop, rewind, pop, low, and then back to stance. We're turning on the ball, that front foot, letting the weight rotate through the hips and shoulders, driving that shoulder forwards. Power coming from mechanics, not from brute strength. Let's do it, let's be efficient. 1 to the face of that depression dummy, rewind, and 1 to the chest, back to stance. Remember, don't reach down for it, sink down for it. Pop. That way you keep your head off that line, out of the way of danger. You get to keep that guard up high, and you make it a more efficient strike. Let's do it. Step in for the 1. Sink down for that second jab, and then rotate back to your squared stance, Muay Thai stance. Guard up high. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth on each strike. And back. Let's go. And back. And back. Small step forwards on the ball of front foot. We want it landing the same time that that punch would make contact with the bag or that depression dummy. And we're going to rewind, just a little twist through the hip and the foot there. Sink down on the knees, rotate through for that second jab. Again, turning that fist over, landing on the large 2 knuckles, right in the solar plexus, right in the chest. And then rotate back and hit him again. Start it over. And back. And back. and back. Now, I want you guys to rotate and exaggerate that shoulder movement. Exaggerate it as you go through, because the more you exaggerate that movement, the more you load up that rear fist for your power shot, right? That rear fist is getting preloaded. Let's talk about it. Let's put it in there. Step in for the jab, sink low, and rewind for the second jab. Now we're going to throw a cross right to the chest as well. Rotating through the ball of the rear foot, driving through those shoulders, twisting that body, landing on that right in the center of that chest, center mass, and then back to stance. Let's do it. One to the head, pop, rewind, one to the body, boom, rotate through for the cross, bang. And if we exaggerate, it'll be even more powerful. Let's do it again. One to the head, one to the body, rotate through for the cross, and back. One more time. One to the head, rewind, one to the body, rotate through for the cross. Don't lean into it. Keep that torso straight, just rotate through it. That cross is going to extend further when we use proper technique. One to the head, one to the body, one cross to the body. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, back. Turn on those feet. Make sure those heels are turning. They're light. You keep the weight on the ball of the foot. And let's do it. Head, body, body. Back. 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 And that's the end of round 2. We'll pick up a little more intensity and volume in round 3. Yeah, Claire said she's got some hard breathing. That's okay, Claire. Remember, it's about you. You got to take it easy. You got to show up for you as long as you're challenging yourself. And if you're hard breathing, that's a sign that you have challenged yourself. So it's okay. Slow it down. Go nice and slow. Go nice and easy. And don't push too hard. And always check with your doctors before starting any exercise routine. You can show them these videos. Make sure you're clear to do the routines. Show them all the days. Show them at least our 2 active recovery days as well, and those high intensity days. Make sure you're good to go. That being said, drink your water. I'm dying of thirst. Drink your water. Check in on you. Catch your breath. And we got 14 seconds. We're going to pop into the final session. We're going to square up again with that visualized target, that depression dummy. We're going to get back into that 3-hit combo, but we're going to vary it up a little bit. We're going to go 1 high with the jab, rewind, boom. 2 is in the middle, right? Middle center mass. And then we're going to stand back up. We're going to rise back up as we rotate through for the cross. So it's going to be head, body, head in a 3-hit combo with that knockout cross finishing it up. Let's get back into stance, back into cadence. Step in for the 1, rewind and sink, pop for that 2. Now I want you to stand up as you twist through for the cross, that rising cross right to the face of the depression dummy, that knockout punch. Let's try it together. Let's make it flow. Step in for the 1, rewind and sink, pop for the 2. Now we're exaggerated, right? We're going to twist as we stand up. Boom. Rotate through for that power cross to the face of that depression dummy. Body weight centered the whole time. Chin tucked for balance. Keeping that even, balanced, squared stance from Muay Thai. Let's do it together. 1 to the head. Rewind, 1 to the body. Rotate up for the cross. There it is. And back to stance. Let's make it flow. Go at your pace. Remember, this is about you. Challenging you to your level. So rotate through at your pace. Let's go. 2, 1 to the head, pop. 1 to the body, pop. Rise back up, bam. Finish with that power cross. Let's do it. 3-hit combo. Breathe through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Rotate through those strikes. Keep that guard high in between. And keep it moving. Keep going. Woo! And if you're advanced, you can switch up that stance. Let's switch it over to southpaw. Everything is reversed. Step in for the jab on the opposite side this time. Sink, jab to the belly. Rotate through for the opposite cross. On your way back up. And then back to stance, back into cadence. If you're working from southpaw, it's going to feel very unusual. Let's do it. Let's practice and balance out. Here we go. Step into the 1. Rewind, rotate for the 2. Back up top, keeping that balance centered and focused. Let's go. Square up. And back. Keep it moving. Rotate through. Use those wrists. Visualize that target. Visualize that depression dummy getting weaker. As we get stronger every day, we fight for ourselves. Let's go at your pace. Let's go. Claire, take it easy out there. Moderate. Let's do it. Show up for you and challenge yourself. But don't overwork. Let's go. Twist through it. Show yourself what you're capable of. Ooh. Rotate through. Let's go. What's gonna stop us? Nothing but us. Woo! That is the end of our third round. Hello and greetings from Brazil. Leslie, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. And Carol Paradox, that's my mom. Love you, Mom. Can't wait to get back to the East Coast. It's day 600. 600 of progress and success. Non-stop out here. Oh, man. Thank you so much, everybody, for being a part of this. I hope that you are. I hope that you did challenge yourself to your level so you can see that progress and growth every day. Remember to give yourself credit for that progress. Give yourself credit for that growth because there's no limit to how much progress we can make, right? There's no end goal where we're going to say, hey, we want to stop improving our lives now, right? We're going to improve our lives every day and watch our lives get better every single day with no end. There's no limit to how much success. I can't stress that enough. So that being said, because there's no limit to how much progress we can make, every step of progress is in fact success. And that is why we say progress is success. Reward yourself for that success. Congratulate yourself for that success. Honor your journey. Show up for you in the moment. The moment is where you're present and powerful. The moment is what matters. The rest of that stuff, the past is there as a lesson. The future is there for us to grow through and improve on what we've learned from the past. But this present moment, this is where we are alive. This is where we are capable and powerful, capable of fighting through whatever it is that's trying to stop us. And we will all be living proof of that together. We'll be living proof of what we can do as a human race. So keep going. For you, for me, for us, for everybody. And I'll catch you guys and girls same sack time, same sack channel, same sack life. Sack man out. Yeah, 3 days till Superhero Sunday, Claire. I'll see you there. Woo!